I'm going back home. Nobody told me these things. Guys, to what extent can we continue to blame people for not telling us the truth? In this day and era where there are so many resources and there's information readily accessible no matter where you are, for how long can we continue to blame people for not telling us the truth? Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Edwina. If today is your first time here, you are so welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. In today's video, we are going to discuss the regret sentiments that comes with immigration. The regret sentiments that comes with immigration. And these things are very common with new immigrants, people who have just immigrated within a couple of months to a few years and they have not yet settled. These sentiments are most common within these groups of people. Those are the people you normally hear complaining that I'm considering going back home because what things are is not what I was looking forward to, or it's not what I was expecting. And then they complain about things like employment, bills, childcare, loneliness, food, and what have you. And then what I am thinking is that immigration or migration is a big deal. So before you take such a step, you need to research. You need to search about where you are going to and how life is there. You cannot just pack your bags and your luggage and just move without having enough information about wherever you want to go to. Another thing that I want all of us to keep in mind is that no country is perfect. No country is perfect. I mean, you might think where you are is so bad, but it is only when you go elsewhere that you really appreciate that you cannot have it all at one place. At any point in time, you gain something, you lose something. Wherever you find yourself, you gain something, you lose something. You cannot have it all together at one place. That is not possible. So at any point that you are moving, you are definitely going to lose something. You are definitely going to gain something. That is one thing that we should all keep in mind. Now let's come back to searching for information. Once you decide to relocate, one thing that you need to do is to search about information with regards to the new country you intend to live. You need to, there are so many materials out there. There are so many reliable sources out there. You can find information about employment, how readily available it is. You can find information about bills. You can get information about taxes. You can get information about childcare and food and all these reasons that people give for wanting to go back after moving in shortly. With how accessible and readily available information is, we cannot continue to blame anyone for not telling us the truth. We need to research a lot. We need to stop listening to people who only tell us one-sided stories, and we should be ready to open up to listen to what the reality is. I have had people write comments on my videos that I do only negative videos. That person did not even watch the video in question here, but he just thought I do negative videos. But the thing is, would you rather not know what the situation is? Would you rather not know what the situation is so that you are adequately prepared and well informed? The kind of videos I do is not to discourage anyone from traveling or to encourage anyone to travel. They are just to let you know what the realities are so that you are well equipped and adequately prepared. That is all. You get it? When you know what it actually is, it helps you to prepare adequately to face what lies ahead of you. If you only listen to people who tell you one-sided stories, who want to sugarcoat everything because they want followers, they want people to follow them because they know that that is what many people want to hear. If you only choose to listen to those people who promises you heaven on earth in some countries, when you step there and you realize that no, what they said is not what it is, then you get heartbroken. You get so homesick. You want to go back home. You get depressed. You get so depressed that you want to go back home because it didn't meet anywhere close to your expectation. When you know what the truth is, it helps you to prepare. It helps you to be considerate with your expectations. It helps you to not raise your hopes so high, and it helps you to know how much work you need to put into whatever you are doing to get what you want. Okay, so in this day and era, we cannot continue to blame anyone for not telling us the truth. When we choose who we want to listen to, when we choose to listen to people who are saying things that are sweet to our ears, and those are the only things we want to hear. When you want to travel, if all you are hearing about the place you want to go to is good, consciously search for negative. Every place has its own pros and cons. So if everything you are hearing is good, consciously search for the negative, the effects, okay, the cons of living in this place, so that you are aware. There is no place on this earth that has only good things about it. It doesn't happen. So not knowing these things does not prepare us. After making your search, it is supposed to help you to plan. So assuming you want to migrate to a place like Canada, say you are a nurse, if you do your search very well, you would know that in terms of employment, when you come to Canada, you cannot just start practicing as a nurse. There's a process you need to go through. You might have to pick some care jobs first, and then after going through the required process, when you get your license, that is only when you can start practicing as a nurse here. If you know that and you get here, you will not be expecting to get a nursing job right away, because you know that you need to go through a process to get what is required for you to practice here. It helps you to know what to do. When we talk of childcare, you know that, back home it's very easy to get people to care for you. It's very easy to get a distant relative to come and live with you to help care for your newborn. Your mother can even do that. Your husband's siblings will want to do that if they are available. They would love to do that at absolutely no cost. You should know that that is not the case here. If you are migrating as a young couple, you would want to think about that, because here, coming in new, you are not coming to look for a job. You are coming to be on your own. You are not coming to start life all over here. So maybe you would want to hold on with giving birth, okay? Knowing what comes with childcare here in the West will inform you and help you plan, and perhaps hold on giving birth till you stabilize, till you are in a position to stop working and care for your child. Because if you do not have this knowledge, and then you move in, maybe whilst you are coming in, you are already pregnant, and your mother is not here to come and take care of your baby for you, like back home. So that is something that you are leaving back home. You cannot bring with you, because you are just coming in. you cannot get a house help here. I mean, it is, you are coming in fresh. How many people here have house helps? It is not common like it is back home to get people live with you to help you. I mean, people have up to 3 house helps back home to help you with everything. These are things that you will not get here. So once you think about relocating, you need to plan that I am going to be on my own. I mean, can I have children at this time? It is not for nothing that the people who come from here can be married for like 5 years and have no children. It is not for nothing, because you need to plan very well to have children. Unlike back home where you marry and if just after a year you do not have children, people start praying for you. People will start praying for you that after a year of marriage you have no child. People will start fasting and praying for you. That is not the situation here. And once you want to travel, you have to leave the home mentality. Okay, you cannot travel with the mentality that, oh, I just married, let me get pregnant. No, you might find yourself in a very tight situation that you will regret even coming, because the support that you will get back home when you give birth, you will not get it here. So getting all this information helps in your planning process. The bills you pay here, I mean, we pay bills everywhere. We pay bills everywhere. The fact that in some countries, some people are able to get away with these things does not make it right. Does not make it right. So if you are used to getting away with these things in your home country, I'm sorry, here you would pay bills because you use it. You will pay for electricity when you use it. You will pay for gas when you use it. You will pay because you use them. When you use them, you will pay. You have to know that you would pay them. You have to know the taxes you are likely to pay so that they do not come as a surprise. They do not come shocking to you. I mean, here in Canada, most people, when they are paid for the first time, they feel they have been shortchanged because, they know how much they are earning per hour and they just calculate it per the number of hours they've worked. They forget about the taxes. But if you know, then you would know, oh yes, this is what it is. This is why, I calculated and had 5,000, but what came was 4,200 or 4,100. You will know that, oh, it's the taxes that has been deducted. You would know. Okay, so knowing all these things, knowing the weather, how is the weather where I am traveling to, knowing all these things is supposed to help you plan and prepare for it. Another thing is that you should know why you want to travel in the first place. It's not just because everybody is traveling, so I want to travel. No, it is not for everybody. Traveling is not for everybody. Not everybody travels and do well. It's not that, oh, no, everybody's going here, so let me also pick my bags and go. No, you should have your why, because it is your why that is going to help you to adjust. It is your why that is going to help you to accept what the situation is. It is your why that is going to give you hope in difficult situations. It is your why that is going to help you remain firm. It is your why. So before you travel, you should know why. Your why. Everybody has their whys. It shouldn't be the other person's why. It should be your why. Why are you traveling? You should know your why. So you know your why, you research, you plan. Don't forget your why. Never forget why. Your why in the first place. And traveling is not for everybody. People stay in their home countries and they do awesome. People never step foot out of their home countries and they do so well. In the same way, people who were very hopeless or helpless in their home countries travel and things change for them. Things turn around for them in their favor. So you should know your why. know where you belong to. You may do well in your home country, but that doesn't mean nobody should travel, or that is not everybody's pathway. We all have our different pathways. Your pathway may be different from mine. So if yours is not to travel, let it be yours. Let me follow my pathway. Everybody should follow their pathway. We all cannot travel on the same path. Imagine how boring the world would be when we are all pursuing one thing. So there is beauty in diversity. We can all be united in diversity, allowing people to follow their paths. So know your why and know what your path is. Understand that this is your path and it is yours alone. You may have to do it alone because it is your path. It is your dream. You are dreaming that dream. I am not dreaming with you. So you should know. And we should understand that it is not for everybody to travel. So if you are the fact that you are so glued to things in your home country, you are so glued, you wish you had all the good home and then come and have all the good here. No, my dear, no, it doesn't work like that. You cannot eat your cake and have it at the same time. It doesn't work like that. You cannot have all the good that comes with being home with all the good that comes with traveling. The two together. No, it doesn't work like that. So you should decide. That is where opportunity cost comes in. You should be ready to do away with one, at least in the initial stages. You miss your family, but we know that with time, when people travel, they are able to bring their families with them. At the initial stages, if you choose this path, you may be lonely. You should know that if this is the path you are choosing, at the initial stages, you may be alone. Your father is not here, your mother is not here, your brother is not here. That is the path you have chosen. So you do not come and complain of loneliness. And we should also learn how to associate. Learn how to make friends. When you travel, you have a unique opportunity to mingle with people all over the world. So you should learn how to open up with people. You may not have the quality of friends you have back home. The lifestyle and everything here is different. So you cannot have friends who will come and sit with you at home from morning to evening. No. No. But at least you can have some few good friends who will check up on you intermittently, who will find out how you are doing once in a while. Catch up with each other. You can still have such friends here. If you are not the type who can adjust and adapt to thrive, then probably traveling is not for you. Okay, if you cannot adjust and adapt to where you are traveling to, and you still want to be eating the things you were eating back home, yes, you can have them, but they are more expensive here, and they may not be as readily available as they are home. They might not be as readily available. Where at home you can just wake up early in the morning and you just go to the street right in front of your house and you're able to buy some street food and you are okay. Here you might have to get the ingredients and prepare them yourself, or you might have to get some local restaurants. Depending on where you live, some people do not have them anywhere close to where they live. So you might have to do with what you get. You might have to learn how to eat what is readily available. If you are the type of person that you cannot eat anything else but what you know home, you cannot adapt to any new lifestyle, you want to live just the way you are used to living back home, then probably this whole idea of traveling is not for you. So you should not even come in the first place and then come and complain of wanting to go back home because nobody told you something. This is for people who are ready to adjust. It's for people whose whys are so strong that they are ready to make some sacrifices. It's for people who are so determined to accomplish their whys that these things do not stop them. is for people who pay bills. People have paid the bills you are complaining about, and they have still accomplished so much. People have paid the taxes you are complaining about, and they have still done so well for themselves. People have been able to give birth here and brought up their children in godly ways. Their parents were not here to help them. They had nobody to help them with their children, but they have been able to do it because they had their whys, and their whys made more sense to them than any excuses they had. So they were able to go through it. Know your why. In all this, be patient. Be patient, because when you know what the situation actually is, you do not overly expect. But I am hopeful that something good is definitely going to come out of this situation. And I am hopeful that this situation is not a permanent situation. I am hopeful that things are going to change for the better. Okay? I am hopeful that things are going to change for the better. So be encouraged. Be patient. Be encouraged. Don't expect things to change. Don't expect things to change overnight. It doesn't happen anywhere. Probably you come in and you see people who have been here for so long doing so well, and those are the people you just want to be like them. They did not take a day or two or a year to get to where they have gotten to. It took them so much time. If people are going to open up and tell you what they have been through, thank God for yours. Okay? And keep in mind that the situation you find yourself in now, where you find yourself in, was something you were praying for. You have traveled and you are complaining so much. This travel that by God's grace you've been able to travel, at some point in time, it was your prayer point. You prayed so hard about it. You were constantly asking God for this, and God gave you, and now you are complaining. Why? Why do we do this? Okay, so let's be patient. This is meant to encourage you. Let's be patient. Let's be patient. It may take a while. Delay does not mean denial. Let's be patient. Let's accept what the situation is. Let's be ready to do some adjustments on our own. Let's be ready to do some adjustments. Let's be ready to learn the way of life. Let's be ready to learn how to make friends here. Because if you find yourself outside home, you need to learn how to live there. You cannot be living alone just because you've left all your friends back home. You need to learn how to make friends where you are. Perhaps you need to join some volunteering groups. You need to join some gym classes. You need to join some sports. You need to do all those things to make networks, to form networks, to be able to connect with people, to associate with other people, and that really helps. Okay, so if you know your why, you know that you are on a pathway, and everybody's pathway is different. That is going to encourage you, and that is going to help you to keep pushing towards what your aim or your goal or your why is. Once you remain patient and continue to hope and trust in God that, with time, whatever, just as God answered your prayer for traveling, He's going to do all in His time. In His time, He makes all things beautiful, yeah? Almost every immigrant has a story. Almost every immigrant has a story. If you go close to those who have immigrated for over 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, if you go close to them, they would also tell you their initial struggles. But glory be to God, now they are well settled, and some have been able to get their families to join them, and they are able to go home as frequent as they want, and everything you can think about. Once you make the choice to immigrate at your own choice, you immigrate by choice. You are not pushed into another country because of some situation in your country, some circumstances in your country like war that displaced you. If that is not your case, you chose to immigrate. then you should be content. Okay, then you should be content, because that's what you have now is what you were praying for at some point in time. However, if you come in and you are not able to adjust and adapt, then probably it is not for you. It was a wrong move. Probably you came without doing your search, you came without proper planning, you came with very high expectations because you did not really look much into what to expect. So yes, if that is the situation and you just cannot adapt, then probably going back may be best for you, because yes, not everybody does well when they travel. Some are better off in their home countries, so perhaps yours is there. Okay, but that is not everybody's path. Everybody's path is different. We are all not on the same path. So for those who are also meant to do well by immigration, be content, be encouraged, be patient, be ready to learn to adjust and adapt. With the right mindset, with the right attitude, not forgetting your why. Before you know, things are going to change for the better. Before you know, things are going to change for the better. And then with time, you will use your own story to encourage other people who come to meet you. You would use your own story. Your story will be used to encourage others. Your story will be a testimony to give encouragement and hope to other people who would come and meet you at the time that you have gone through your struggles and is now on your feet. So it is a phase. It is a phase you may be going through, and it may tarry, but it will not be forever. Let us all not forget that, once we make our choices, we have made our choices, and then whatever we have is what some time ago we were praying for. Let us pursue it with passion. Let's be patient. Let's be encouraged. And let us not forget our whys. Thank you so much for staying with me till this time. If you're actually here till this time, perhaps you found some value in this video. Kindly do me a favor by hitting the subscribe button and be part of this lovely family. Guys, let me also know what you think in the comment section.